Okay, I am here with Davis Burton. He's running to be Sergeant at Arms. My first question, how do you spell Sergeant?
That's a really hard question, but I think I've practiced a couple times. Seargent.
I believe that is correct. Okay, so...
Our first test.
Yeah. So first, Davis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Davis Burton. I'm involved in all kinds of activities here at Harriton. I just completed Mr. Harriton. If you came to see it, it was a great show. Actually, in a couple days, I'll be leaving on trek to go to Haiti. I run track. And there's all different sorts of things I'm interested in. Outside of school, I like film, reading, biking. I like hanging out with my friends, of course. So.
Do you see yourself as a leader of anything here at Harriton?
I do, in the sense that, I like to be able to get all different sorts of people together to work on things. In student council, I've been pretty good at that, and I want to take it to the next level this year as Sergeant at Arms.
Okay. So what does the Sergeant at Arms do?
Well, he or she has many, things that they have to take care of. But one of them is student recognition. So it's making sure that students of all different areas of the school are going to feel involved in the process, that they're going to be fairly represented by student council. And that's something I certainly feel I'm good at. And also we do internal planning. So any student council sponsored school-wide events kind of are coordinated within the council. The Sergeant at Arms will be overseeing that.
One of the things that the Sergeant at Arms do is they organize the beginning of the year type event. Do you have any experience planning events?
In that capacity, not so much. At a school, I've never had the chance to, but I was on the committee this year. So even though I wasn't in charge of planning it, I definitely know the ins and outs of it, and I feel that I'll be well equipped.
Talk about what you've done on the committee.
On the committee, well, specifically for the beginning of the year.
Or what have you done on the committee? What is your committee and what are you doing?
So my committee is internal planning. It's headed by Sergeant at Arms, which is Ben Barnett now. And Ben's been a close friend of mine for a while. So we've been able to oversee a lot of cool projects this year. Obviously the back to school one was a success. We incorporated some athletics and all kinds of different stuff. And also Mr. Harriton, although I was a contestant this year, I helped a lot getting that ready. So the Sergeant at Arms, I believe his job is to make the program. So I really got to see what that was going to look like. Also, the thing that's really cool about it is it's a collaborative effort. So we were able to kind of coordinate all the different parts that were going into it, getting the food, little things like that. And also before the show, getting everything prepared, the set. So it was all a big experience for me.
This year, Music Friday, which in the past had traditionally been something where all students of the council could be part of playing the music on Fridays, and there would be themes that would be, if you guess the theme, you get to choose for next week. Do you want to bring that back for next year?
Yeah, I do, because we've been playing music this year. Today the theme was geographical locations. I said to play this. But we have been a little bit more inconsistent. I think the key is really going to be getting everyone involved, everyone to actively participate. Everyone loves music, so I think that's something I'm going to be able to head as Sergeant at Arms.
Describe your basic platform.
My basic platform. Well, Sergeant at Arms, as I said, many responsibilities, but one of the main things I want to do is really make sure that everybody, no matter what club they're doing at Harriton, no matter what their interests are, they feel well represented. So that's going to be my main thing. I know that some clubs feel that in the past their interests haven't been as well represented as other groups. And I just want to even that playing field. As someone with varied interests myself, I think that it's going to be something that I can really take on.
How do you plan to do that exactly?
So, we have the club's website at Harriton. And I think that's going pretty well. But I want to make sure that every student is really aware of it. If they want something they want to promote, if there's something they might need funds allocated in order to do, they can reach out to the student council. And that's not going to be something that they have to jump through a lot of hoops to do. So really early on, I'm going to make it clear, I'm here to serve everybody no matter what their interests are. If they want something, they can personally come talk to me. They could write an email to any one of the officers, and they can be sure that when the next student council meeting comes around, what they're concerned about is going to be discussed.
What challenges do you think students here at Harriton face?
Well, obviously we're really lucky to have all we do at the school. In general, I think things are pretty good. Challenges, I can't think of many off the top of my head, but I think we could definitely work on increasing the spirit, right? And the participation in student government school activities. So, for example, like the back-to-school events, if they're not as well, football games.
How do you get more people at things like football games?
Yeah, well, I think the key with spirit is you lead by example. So instead of saying, we're spirited, we're going to do this year, that certain way, you can see that everyone in student government is going to show out next year, and it's going to be unprecedented levels of spirit, no matter who wins, but especially if I win, I'm going to really make sure that it's an issue. And I could personally take the lead on that.
In the past, there's been ideas thrown around about how to get more people out to games
Mm-hmm.
for one reason or that. Would you offer some extra? Do you think the student council should offer some extra reason to get students to games, or should students be spirited enough to go to games?
You know, like extrinsic as opposed to intrinsic motivation. Well, I don't know. You know, I think definitely we should all be proud of our high school, all be supporting them, especially athletically. You know, because it's a bonding experience to go out watch football games together. So it should come a little bit from the internal student body. But also, I think as far as organizing games, you know, concessions, decorations, things like that, something that internal planning really has to be ahead of, so that is a pleasant experience when you go there. You know, I mean, you do a great job announcing, getting people involved in that way. And similarly, we want to do that with internal planning.
Why the sergeant at arms position?
Well, because internal planning, it involves reaching out to a lot of different people. It involves being social, being outgoing. Student recognition is literally in the job description. And I think that's something I'm good at, you know. I'm more of an extrovert. So jobs that require a little bit more, you know, independent work, for example, the secretary, things like that, it wouldn't be something I'm as great at. But sergeant at arms is really, I feel like my talents are well represented by that position.
Do you have any specific campaign promises?
Well, I think if I have several ideas, but if I had to summarize it in one statement, it's that if you have these ideas that you want to make, if you want to feel included, let's make it happen. You know, with me as sergeant at arms, I can make it work for you.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, I appreciate everyone's support. I hope you all come out and vote, and if everything goes well, I look forward to serving you 2016-2017 year.
Okay, thank you. This has been Davis Burton. He's running for sergeant at arms. I hope to, assuming if you make it past the primaries, I hope to speak to you again after that.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.